Today on Grow It, I've got part 1 of my guide to growing autumn broad beans. Right now in autumn or late November is the perfect time to start growing some broad beans, especially if you've got some spaces left over in your beds by late harvesting plants such as pumpkins. So I'm going to be doing this one a little bit differently, and I'm going to be splitting this guide into different parts. So obviously today we're going to start with part 1 and we're going to be sowing these into the ground and getting them growing. And if you want to have a go at this yourself, it's going to make it a bit easier for you to follow, because in a couple of weeks time we'll do part 2 where it's time to get them ready for winter as we're going into the colder months to make sure that they survive into next year. And then obviously next year when it starts getting into spring, we'll do the next jobs when I upload part 3. And you'll be able to grow these at the same time as me, do the jobs at the same time, and hopefully by the time it comes to next year, next spring, you'll be harvesting them at the same time as me as well. And the best way to make sure that you don't miss the next part of this series, if you haven't already, is to subscribe to my channel and press the bell for new gardening videos every week all the way through autumn and winter, because there's still plenty of jobs to do and plenty of great plants to start growing. So I've got 2 varieties of broad bean that I'm going to be sowing today, so let's have a look at those and get them in the ground. So here's the first one, and these are regular green broad beans, and these are a variety called Masterpiece Green. These are considered one of the best green seeded varieties, and they grow well in most conditions, and they grow really good long pods and they taste great, and the best part is that they're also really good for freezing. These will grow to around 90 centimeters tall and spread 45 centimeters wide. And this is the second variety that I've got, called Karmazin, and you'll notice the difference here is that these have got pink beans, and these look absolutely amazing once they come off the pod. So yeah, I'm going to be growing these ones as well. And the best part is that both of these are hardy varieties down to -10, which is more than enough for these to last through winter here where I am. So yeah, let's get these in the ground and see how they turn out. So this is where I'm going to be growing my broad beans, and as you can see, this is my pumpkin patch, and it's a bit overgrown now. It's been a couple of weeks since I took the pumpkins off and the plants have died right back. So I'm just going to get all of these pulled out. I'm going to get all these weeds pulled out, and I'm going to get these broad beans sown right in here. And the best part is that my pumpkins next year don't need to go into this bed until after these broad beans have been harvested. And another great thing is that as broad bean plants are legumes, they work just like a green manure. So once we've harvested these beans next year, I can dig these plants back into this bed, and these are going to give loads of organic matter as they rot down and provide loads of nitrogen and loads of food for my pumpkin plants when they go in after them. So that's going to give them loads of food, and they're going to go absolutely crazy. So let's get all these weeds cleared and pull out these old pumpkin plants and get this bed ready for them to go in. So that's that bit done, and there was quite a lot of tap roots in there, so I managed to get them out. Just going to give this a bit of a dig and a bit of a rake over, and then it's ready for the seeds to go in. And the other good thing is that all of the root matter that's been left by these pumpkin plants in the ground is going to continue to rot down and add more organic material to the soil. And if you watch the original tutorial when I planted these pumpkin plants, this soil was really dusty and it was really dry, and it was really poo soil. So you can see already that just from adding that compost at the beginning and having these plants growing in here has increased it, and it looks loads better now. So I'm going to add more compost to this just to keep that going and make sure that next year this bed is going to be even better. Again, just going to rake this in, get it smushed right in. So there we go, that compost is mixed in, so that is going to keep increasing that organic content ready for next year. And as we say, because these are legumes, they're going to increase it even more once the plants are done and we've dug them in. So this bed next year for the pumpkins is going to be absolutely amazing. That is a crow eating a sandwich. So here we go for your broad beans. You want to choose a sunny spot with well-drained soil, and you're just going to sow your seeds individually, and you can do these in early spring or autumn, and you sow them directly where you want them to grow. So like I say, we're going to be going 5 centimeters deep. Your seeds are going to be 10 centimeters apart in the row, and your 2 rows are going to be around ½ a foot apart, which is like 15 centimeters. So as you can see, this bed is ideal for 2 rows of broad beans. I'm going to do 1 row of the green ones and 1 row of the pink ones. So like I say, we're going to be around 15 centimeters apart between the 2 rows, and come next year we're going to have 2 different varieties to choose from. There we go, that's the green ones done. onto the pink ones. There we go, done. Now just get the rake, cover them over. There we go, just using the flat side to push that soil over, fill in those holes. Just give them a good watering. I've lost the rose off my watering can, which is amazing. And I'm just going to put this mesh tunnel over it just to protect it from any crows or birds or creatures of the night that want to come and scran on my beans, just to protect them for a couple of weeks until they establish. So that's all there is to it. It's a really easy job, so get your broad beans in now, and come next spring you'll have absolutely loads to harvest. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if you are joining in, because I'd love to hear how you're getting on. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the next part, and you can check out my other videos as well. I'll see you next time.